First at 4, holiday heat could spark some pop-up storms this evening. We're tracking the 4-zone forecast. Many of you are going to click on Detroit.com to learn more about wearing a face mask outdoors. Dr. McGeorge is here to break down when you need one and when you don't. And firefighters investigate a house explosion in Birmingham, what the homeowner was doing just before the blast, and how she escaped. It's all first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Garagiola. Karen Drew has this Memorial Day off. Thank you for joining us. We start with rising temperatures and the risk of some pop-up storms later on. Paul Gross is tracking how the next few hours are going to play out. Paul?
Well, hi, Steve. We're still watching, and I've been watching 4 Live Radar very, very closely all afternoon. You can take a look here. There is nothing in the way of rain in our area right now, but if you look back to the west, we've had a few pop-ups there toward the Grand Rapids area and also to our east here in Ontario. But right now, we are high and dry, so that is good news. But just like yesterday, a couple of storms could pop up in a few spots, so just kind of keep an eye on the radar on our app just to be certain. But right now, it's toasty out there. Actual temperatures are in the mid-80s. When you factor in that humidity, it's a few degrees warmer. In fact, the heat index is 90 in Flint, 88 in the city of Detroit at City Airport. So your grilling forecast for the next few hours, temperatures very warm in the 80s, just an isolated pop-up storm possible. Most of us dry, falling through the 70s this evening. I'll be back with the forecast for the rest of the week in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Paul. This Memorial Day quite different across Metro Detroit under Governor Whitmer's stay-home order. We have not found huge crowds locally like we've seen in other states over the weekend. One of the hot spots around here was Stony Creek Metro Park in Shelby Township. Officials say the park did reach 60% capacity. It was at one time so packed they had to stop letting people in. And we have this video from Belle Isle. Folks seem to be keeping their distance from each other, at least while our cameras were on them. And right now, Michigan is trending in the right direction, with the number of new cases and deaths from COVID-19 decreasing. New numbers from the state show just 202 new cases today, but sometimes those numbers do lag over the weekend. Also, the state reported 12 new deaths, bringing the total to more than 5,200. The Grand Traverse County Health Department reports 2 out-of-state visitors came into the area and then tested positive. The department says it's a reminder that you should not travel if you think you're sick. We're told both those people did have symptoms. Tomorrow, more Michigan retailers may open, but by appointment only, and with 10 customers or fewer inside their store. Auto showrooms can also get back to business, but also by appointment only. This morning, the most popular story on our webpage, Click on Detroit, was Dr. McGeorge's explanation of when you need to wear a mask when you're outdoors and when you don't. So we asked Dr. McGeorge to share his thoughts again on this important issue.
First off, I'm just going to say it. Masks are hot. Believe me, I know this is going to be more of a challenge in hot weather. So let's talk about when you don't need a mask outdoors. If you're outside in your own yard with your own family, you don't need a mask. If you're going for a run or a walk in an area where you aren't going to run into any other people, you don't need a mask. It gets trickier though if you're going to be outdoors in a place where there are a number of people. The virus dissipates much more quickly outdoors, but the more people there are, the more potential risk there is. Back in February, researchers in Wuhan, China sampled the air in several public places and found the virus concentration in the air was undetectable or extremely low in most places. However, they did detect more virus in the air in 2 places, by a crowd in front of a store and a crowd near a hospital. Now, it's not clear if there was enough virus in the air to infect someone, but this is exactly why you want to avoid areas with lots of people, even if you are outdoors. The more people there are and the fewer masks you see, the greater the potential risk. The bottom line, if you are going to be around other people outdoors and it's potentially going to be difficult to maintain social distancing, you should be wearing a mask. Now, if you'd rather not, consider doing activities in places where you won't be running into people that you can't easily avoid. Back to you.
All good advice. You can review all of Dr. McGeorge's advice on our website, clickondetroit.com. Just check out the health page. Many people did not spend this day celebrating summer. Rather, they were part of events honoring veterans, and in particular, those who lost their lives in military service. In Plymouth, a socially distanced parade and wreath-laying ceremony. The parade this morning winding through neighborhood streets so residents could watch from their front porches or their yards or on Main Street. Organizers say canceling this event was simply not an option.
That's the easy answer, but that's not the Plymouth way. The Plymouth way is to make sure that we're out here and support our veterans.
Before the parade, a wreath-laying ceremony took place at Plymouth's Veterans Memorial Park. President Trump ventured out to honor fallen war heroes today. His approach to the holiday stood in contrast to Democrat Joe Biden. Local 4's Kimberly Gill joins us now from the newsroom. And Kim, the president's plan did get some backlash.
It did, Steve, and good afternoon to you. Just about everything we all do these days is seen through the lens of the coronavirus pandemic. President Trump had a number of appearances today to commemorate Memorial Day, and the president, First Lady, Vice President Mike Pence, and his wife all took part in traditional wreath laying at Arlington National Cemetery. As you see there, none of them wore masks for the somber service. Then it was on to Fort McHenry near Baltimore. The mayor of Baltimore had asked the president to stay away during the pandemic, citing his city's stay-at-home order and the high cost of security. The president spoke about the virus in battle terms, praising the military and remembering lives lost.
Tens of thousands of service members and National Guardsmen are on the front lines of our war against this terrible virus, caring for patients, delivering critical supplies, and working night and day to safeguard our citizens.
And Democrat Joe Biden and his wife honored American soldiers at a small wreath laying in Newcastle, Baltimore. Biden urged Americans to never forget the sacrifices of veterans who paid the ultimate price. Both Bidens wore black face masks. The former vice president is the presumptive Democratic candidate for president. This was his first public appearance in months, while President Trump has made a series of visits to battleground states, including here in Michigan. Steve, we'll have a lot more tonight on the news at 5 and 6. Until then, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Kim. So many people are pitching in to help frontline workers. Today we focus on a group of students delivering face masks and face shields across Metro Detroit. From elementary school through college, they have raised thousands of dollars to get PPE in the hands of frontline workers. Priya Mann shows us while they are working together for a good cause, it doesn't mean they're not competitive.
Students across Metro Detroit are raising thousands to buy face masks, and you would think those rivals up there are making the most money, but let me show you the real MVPs of this group.
It means we got to catch up. We got to catch up.
Michigan and Michigan State students are used to competing, but now they've joined forces to beat some pretty effective fundraisers.
These kids have been busting their butts weeks in and weeks out, and we're so proud of them. We learn from them. Together,
these students have raised $13,000 to buy face shields and K95 masks for frontline workers.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Northville and Novi kids alone raised more than half of that.
I'm happy that I'm helping the community, and I'm happy that I'm helping them get through this crisis.
They're doing so much for us, and I mean, we're giving back, and I think that's one of the best things in life, just helping those who help us.
The Michigan Indian American Community Service and the Detroit Education Society turned to GoFundMe and social media, raising money to buy PPE.
This is absolutely amazing. All it took was 2 kids to get started. We literally picked collage, made a flyer. There's at least 6 Venmo accounts that are going on all around Michigan right now to collect these funds.
A life lesson you don't need a classroom for.
I think that they're getting a lot more lessons out of this on how to react and help and be part of one community that can really make a difference.
On a rainy spring day, students dropped off face shields and masks at Fairlane Senior Care and Rehab Center on Detroit's west side.
Having groups of young people like this providing face masks and face shields to us is pivotal right now while we're going through this COVID-19 pandemic.
Do what you can to help. Like anyone can, stand up and do what they can to help at a time like this.
And these students will be traveling to nursing homes, nonprofits, police stations, and fire halls. If you'd like to help them raise money to buy face masks and face shields, we've got information on clickondetroit.com. In Detroit, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
See, Spartans and Wolverines can work together. Still ahead, the nation's unemployment numbers are painful. They're even worse for one particular age group, and that could affect your family budget. Also, we're learning new information about the Monroe police officer shot while trying to stop a carjacking. We'll see how she's doing today. And up first, what Consumers Energy says about this home explosion in Birmingham. They have ruled out one possible cause. That's next.